making knishes. Knishes are fantastic. This is a great recipe for them, and I think you'll enjoy it. I'm going to start by washing, peeling, and boiling 5 large potatoes. I'm going to boil them in salted water, and I'm going to cook them until they're tender. While my potatoes are boiling, I want to prepare my dough. The dough is really very simple. We're going to start by adding 1 cup of water to our mixing bowl, 1½ teaspoons of salt, about 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, a dash of olive oil. I'd say about a tablespoon. It's fine, 1 to 2 tablespoons, and 1 egg. Stir everything together well, beating the egg, and start adding the flour. This is about 2 cups of flour. Once you have your flour in there, you're going to have to knead it. So I'm just going to add a little extra flour on top there. And just knead it as if you were kneading bread, bringing it in to the center from the sides. Add flour until it's not sticky. You want a nice, soft, smooth dough. And you just want to knead until it springs back. Once we have a nice smooth ball, we can just cover that and set it aside until our potatoes are cooked and cooled. Once our potatoes are cooked, we want to put them in a bowl and let them sit so they can release some of that moisture. While our potatoes cool, we're going to fill the bottom of our pot with olive oil, about 4 to 6 tablespoons. Make sure the bottom is fully coated. And we're going to add 2 large sliced onions to that. Slice down the center and just slice thinly. We want to cook these until they're caramelized, until they're nice golden brown. That's the color we're looking for. They're nice and colorful. They're ready to add our potatoes to that. We add our potatoes in. And mash them down with a potato masher. Very similar to making mashed potatoes. Make sure you've tested for salt. Make sure you've done a taste test and have the salt exactly where you want it. Once they're mashed up, you can add our butter. Add that in there. And let that melt in the potatoes. Once that's done, we're just going to cover it and set it aside. Let that cool down, and we can start to roll out our dough. I have my oven preheating to 350, and I can proceed to roll out my dough. I'm going to flour my surface well. Once it's floured, I'm going to take half of my dough, place it on the surface, and set the rest aside. I'm going to throw a little flour on the top there. Make sure it's well floured so it doesn't stick. And just roll it out into a nice long sheet. It rolls out very easily and goes fairly quickly. Once you're done, once it's rolled out and you have a nice square, just take a sharp knife and cut into the size you want. Cut strips lengthwise all the way down. I'm cutting about 2½ inches here. Very easy to do. Take your filling, roll it into a ball, a nice large ball, and place it on your dough. Bring your dough over, pat it down around the edges, Pull the edges towards the center and roll along from side to side. And stretch, pull and stretch as you go along. And shape them into a nice ball. I'm going to place them on a baking sheet that I have lined with foil, and I've greased as well. So I'm just going to take that first one. I don't want it to stick to the counter, and I'm just going to place that right in there and continue to fill the rest. You're going to just place your filling. Roll the edge of your dough over that. Pat down the edges as if you were making a ravioli. Make sure those edges are sealed so your filling doesn't come scooting out of there. Pull the edges in towards the center and roll from side to side. I'm going to roll out the rest of the dough, then proceed to fill that. Once my knishes are in the pan, what I want to do is I have some egg wash here. It's just a little bit of egg, one egg, lightly beaten, and I'm just going to brush some on top. You can use a pastry brush, or you can just use the back of a fork or a spoon. Just a little light coating, just to give them some color. What I also like to do is sprinkle on, you can use either paprika. In this case, today I'm using cayenne pepper. I enjoy that little bit of extra zing, and it adds another dash of color to them. Just a very light sprinkling. And that's it. I'm going to bake them for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, until they're golden brown at 350. They look fantastic, and they're going to be absolutely delicious. My knishes are ready, and we're done. They look great, they taste fantastic. To serve with a little bit of mustard on the side. They're really good that way. This recipe yields about 10 to 12 knishes. I was born in Manhattan. Knishes were a big part of my life, and there's nothing like a homemade knish. I hope you give them a try. I hope you enjoy them. Till next time.